So you've learned these drills. What does this mean? You've learned drills. You've learned about 30 techniques. You've learned about 20 techniques. What do I do with that? The American mindset is always focusing on the whole system. It's always focusing on, we're always focusing on the destination. I'm going to become a master. I want to memorize the whole system. I want all the goals. It's this constant want. Meanwhile, right in front of you, by memorizing and maturing the material that you currently have, you have the ability to grow into what you desire. What do I mean by that? Meaning that we do this drill, the Kilap hands, known as the lightning hands, are all in Filipino martial arts, you can call it Hubad, which is to tie, and Lubad, which means to untie. Hubad, Lubad, to tie and untie. In Indonesian, they call it the Kilap hands, which is the lightning hands. Either or, it doesn't necessarily matter. The drill remains the same. It's even worked its way to Chinese martial arts that you can find in Wing Chun. So, these drills, you've learned these drills. Try. Now, okay, you've learned this drill. This is a drill. What do I do with this drill? How does it help me? How can I mature? You need to start exploring the weaknesses around the drill. Meaning that if Calista is going to strike me, she's not going to stop and allow me to move over. And I've gone over this with you guys before. And if she's not going to use intent, then I'm not doing it right. She has to... See what I'm saying? You have to add intent to it. So Calista has to, when I'm going to strike you, I want you to... That's good, but I want you to use your block. That is a
In other words,
block.
follow it up.
Meaning I want you to use underneath.
Follow it up.
See? So when I'm here, I'm going to look at her and go, there. You see, the attitude has changed.
Yep.
The energy has changed. It's no longer this. It's no longer this. Now I'm looking at her going, see how the energy has changed. That's what's important. Now I'm going to take that drill and I'm going to introduce something. I want her to block and strike and then finish the drill. So block, strike, and then finish, strike. And you see how I've changed it. I'm growing. So now I'm going to add the same attitude. I want her to block, strike, and then finish.
Wrong one.
It's okay. That's okay. Underneath. Try it again.
That wasn't underneath.
One hit, block, hit. Keep connection. Keep connection. Hit. There.
Keep that one.
It's okay. No, it's okay. So meaning this. Now we're maturing the drill. You block, hit it, block, hit. Good. Now,
That is good, Calista.
there's 3 parts. She's worked on it. There's 3 parts. There's 3 parts. It doesn't matter if you don't always memorize it. Just remember, it's like breadcrumbs. There's 3 parts to combat. An entry, a follow-up, and a finish. What am I talking about? A beginning, a middle, and an end. Just like a movie.
It's like a storyline, yeah.
Storyline.
Right.
You cannot change this. This
Right.
is an archetype.
It's pre-written.
It's pre-written.
Right.
It's going to be a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
It's a fluid substance, as you would call in the Tao Te Ching, or in just psychology. I mean, you can travel all over the world. Every chair is going to have 4 legs. You can't change that. This is an archetype. This is an archetype of physical combat. A beginning, a middle, and an end. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, here's her entry, the beginning. She has to get inside my attacks. Here's her inside attack. No, shock me. Shock me. There's her entry. Entry. Don't. There you go. Follow up. And now she has to add a finish. Here, knee and step. Knee here, knee my chest and step over. Beginning,
Middle and the end of their life.
But listen to how this worked. What we did is we took a very simple drill such as this. We started learning like this. And then I introduced this. Do it with a little bit more attitude.
Okay.
It's attitude.
Very
It
good.
changes the nature of the drill.
Mhm.
It makes her start going, number one, her body's going to start responding to She's going to start developing this I can do attitude, and her body's going to start naturally reacting. It's not with the mind.
Yeah.
The mind, let me just say this, the mind can perceive things, but it is with intention and what you've been trained that is going to come out of you. It's not about logic. It's not about logic. It's about repetition. It's about intent. It's about adding the emotional personality, how you respond. It's about training. It's about overcoming fear. It's about all of this stuff. So it's not a drill. What I need to enforce in all of you, we're going to go over this, and Curtis has learned a lot of these, and you've learned these. It's not just a drill. It's all, look at what we put into it from one technique. Let's do it again. Beginning, middle, and end. Strike. No. Keep this contact. Boom. Now finish. Swing this out. Hit my neck. Right here. Hold on to the back of my neck. Knee and step over. Let's try this again. I'm in here. Hit.
Good.
What happened from a drill? Look at what we've taken.
It's the drills that take you to the next part.
A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
I've taken something very small. Okay, we can argue. We can argue it's Wing Chun. We can argue it's Kali. We can argue it's Silat. We can argue it's... Stop this silly game. It's about observing the drill. Observe the drill. Okay, here's a hole, here's a hole. Here's a hole, here's a hole. Here's a trap. Here's a trap. Okay, cool. We've explored the physical aspects of it. Now let's add the mental. Yeah. I'm training her through what? Thousands of repetitions. She's constant. Now it's the same thing if I go like this. Look at how she just responded.
Didn't think.
You see how that was automatic?
Didn't think.
That is the training.
Yeah.
That is the Kung Fu. That is Kung Fu. What has happened right there is Kung Fu. It comes out of you. It is not an expression of, this guy's hitting, you don't have time.
Didn't think.
That was Kung Fu. It was an organic, natural response. So, you guys have learned these tools. You've learned them. You might not have memorized all of them, but we're going to get you there. I'll get you there. Mike will get you there. Curtis, you're going to get there. But the point is, look at what you have, not what's beyond you. Because look at what we've just created from something very simple. Same thing. Now I'm going to keep this going. Same thing. We could take this same drill, this same exact drill, and now we can add a blade. So flip that thing around. The sharp edge could be in here, or it could be out here. You could have your thumb on the top. So when you hit, it all depends on how you use it. The blade goes left and right, goes up and down, goes 45. Okay, there's a lot of ways the blade can move. But let's take the same drill. The same drill. Calista strikes. Okay? Now if let's change, we can go over that, but let's take it right here for right now. Something very aggressive.
Okay.
Okay? Now, let's add something to it. Here, cut. No. Trap. Cut. Cut.
So.
Here's your hook. Here's your hook. Trap my elbow. Trap my elbow. Not hard. Just go right across my belly. Look, right across my intestines. So she strikes. Now she's going to go like this. I'm going to follow suit, which means to pass. I'm going to slide up here. Okay, but let's stay. I don't want to. We can do many things, but I don't want to lose focus. Block. Change. Just do the drill. This is the same drill we were just doing. It's just added. You see? Now I can do. Now watch. Keep going. Here's this. Strike. A beginning. A middle. An end. Taking the same concept with the blade from one drill. So, Calista strikes. Beginning, middle, end. So, the point is that these drills, now you can do it. Strike, here, enter, cut, ready, it goes, cut, come around, trap my elbow, cut, and go behind. See that?
You're dead 3 times.
Cut, right up, no, organically, so cut straight up, go down, cut, go behind. So what you want with a knife, it's a little bit different with a knife. When I'm here, I'm gonna cut, I can go up or below, cut, cut. Cut,
Go up.
trap my elbow, cut, walk behind me. Walk behind me. Okay? Yeah. Okay? So we can go like this. Strike, one. Up, down, trap, walk through.
As you're cutting his throat, you're supposed to walk.
Yes, yeah, there it is.
You're like walking past as you slice his head off.
There you go. So, and I don't want to get too much into knife work, but the idea is, I know she does. The idea is from one drill, look how much we can get.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. You can do it with other items too. It doesn't have to be a knife.
It is the same thing. It's
Yep.
what can be done with a knife, you can do with a stick, you
Yep.
can do with empty hands. Now the style of Hunga is the same thing. These are mini lessons. These are all mini lessons. Okay, what I mean by mini lessons is when you learn a form or drills are going to consist of techniques that have parts of 1, 2, 3, or 4 movements. Those are lessons, big lessons in just these small movements. Okay?